Hey guys, so there has been a lot of talk about the rhetoric that may have inspired Charlie Kirk's shooter, and details on that are still emerging, but what we do know is that there is this enormous contingent of leftists that are celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. I mean, I've reacted to some of those videos on this channel, and it's pretty horrific. I mean, you have women actually dancing, throwing their arms up in celebration that this father of two and husband was gunned down for speaking his mind and saying something they didn't like. And so someone put together this compilation of Twitch streamer and I guess political commentator Hasan Piker saying some pretty vicious things. Now, I'll leave it up to you if you think he's calling for violence, but it's very difficult to interpret what he's saying here as some sort of metaphor. So I'll just let the compilation play, and you can decide yourself if you think he's calling for violence against his political enemies.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? You cannot have a bigger fucking layup. You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had...
Okay, so I'm just going to rewind here so we can look at what he's reacting to so strongly. And it says top issues for Georgia voters. You have economy at the top. You have threats to democracy second. And you have abortion access last. And for some reason, this inspired Hasan Piker to go on a monologue about how he needs conservatives, and make no mistake, because, those are the enemies that they're talking about here. It's normal conservatives. It's people who believe things like what Charlie Kirk believed, which included, the radical concept that men are men and women are women, and you can't just do a switcheroo whenever you feel like it. And so people like Hasan Piker now, after Charlie Kirk has been murdered, will say things like, they disavow the violence, or this is why we need gun control, or this isn't the right way, yada yada. But I think they're totally ignoring and probably will never be held accountable for the sort of hatred that they were fomenting against conservatives. I mean, guts in the street, that is an extremely dramatic response to a poll which shows that people care about basically being able to afford groceries.
And Herschel Walker actually had a good
thing we do need to make sure we do. We got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
3, it's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like
and fatally wounded.
They're not even running. They're not even cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy done? Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiot. It's called shock. Anything that happens, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know. Jesus fucking Christ.
Flags, we can put that over the bleeding part, assuming he got shot and is actually right.
A flag on
and then
chest?
This guy...
Okay, sorry for the fact that was very meta. It was like me reacting to a guy reacting to Destiny. And Destiny is another one of these Twitch streamers and ostensibly a political commentator, one of the greatest political minds of our time. No, I'm kidding. But Destiny is saying in that clip, why are these people screaming and running away? They're being very cavalier about the shooting. I wouldn't really expect anything else from Destiny. He's a horrific person all around. If you go back to a few months ago when those girls perished in the Texas flood, he had one of the worst reactions of all time. I mean, it was so bad that it actually deserves some sort of award. I mean, he somehow managed to connect the death of little girls to Pornhub. It was absurdly disgusting. Anyway, this is another clip of Hasan Piker. So let's see what he has to say in this one.
7-4 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Yeah, really a disgusting person. Now, you could see in this clip that Hasan's own mom is a landlord. But he's adopted this sort of man of the people socialist persona. Now, you see a similar sort of thing with Zohran Mamdani, who is projected to win the New York City mayoral race right now. His mom is the owner of a $1 million+ $2 million property in New York, no less, where real estate is extremely valuable and difficult to buy. And I think what's especially disturbing about comments like these is that they have historical precedent. Take Russia, for example, where they had this revolution against the elites. They killed their monarchs, and they also killed all of the kulaks, who were basically these sort of upper middle class or middle class property owners. And what the intelligentsia manages to do in a lot of world revolutions is to inspire anger and take the discontent of the lower classes and band together to depose the people that they think, haven't earned their wealth or their success. And what's behind it all, in my opinion, is just this deep, seething resentment of people who do well, people who turn out well, people who accomplish things, people who don't make themselves victims. I think that people like Hasan Piker know that they can engender a lot of attention, engender a huge audience just by attacking these people. And as we've seen with Charlie Kirk, as we saw in the Russian Revolution, as we saw in, I would say, the French Revolution, there are consequences for this. People die. And I do think these historical examples can tell us a lot about, the worst case scenario. So if you take the French Revolution, for example, after they had murdered their king and queen in the name of liberty, justice, and fraternity, they had the reign of terror. And, up to 20,000 innocent people were executed in this wholesale bloodbath. It's one of the great tragedies, I think, of recent history. And to hear this sort of class-fueled resentment coming from people like Hasan, coming from people like Zohran Mamdani, I think it does actually basically attack the project of the American experiment, which was that this is a land where men are going to be able to make their own fates. And it seems like a lot of people have given up on that idea. I think that Hasan doesn't believe in it. I don't think Mamdani believes in it. I could list plenty of others. But I do wonder if we're going to see backtracking or hedging on some of the more extreme comments that these people have made over the past few years. I doubt that they will ever apologize. I don't think that's in the cards. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Was Hasan calling for violence? Give this video a like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.